Hello everyone. Today I am presenting into document management solution. The solution is developed by SoluSoft Technologies. My name is Nimish Vagela and I am a senior sales executive at SoluSoft. We have been into the enterprise content management and business process management solution for more than 20 years. We have been providing content solutions to many large and small and medium enterprises. We have provided content solution to the companies in USA, India, Europe, South Africa and Canada. We have our office presence in India and in the US. I am going to demonstrate the features such as upload document, document tagging and indexing, document viewer, document versioning and annotations, document activity log, document expiry, searching document using metadata as well as using content words, access control on the document and document sharing. Now going straight to the demonstration, Ento Document Management System is a web-based solution which can be hosted on cloud or as well as on premise and as also as a hybrid model. There are two types of login into the solution, one as a normal user and second as an administrator. So first let me show you and log in as a normal user. So I'm going to log in as a normal user. So as I log in, there are about 8 tiled view. This shows an entire end-to-end content solution which was developed by SoluSoft Technology. As you can see at the right corner here, I'm logged in as a user Nimesh and there is a normal user. So we are interested into the document management system here. So we are going to focus on the DMS part of the solution. So this is the workflow and this is the dashboard. We are going to see in the other videos about workflow and dashboard. So we are going to see in the detailed document management system. So this is a search by content or universal search. We are going to see in the detail. This is the personal details. If I wanted to maintain my personal folders, calendars and contacts, I can manage from here. This is the discussion board. This discussion board is basically one-to-many communication between the users of the DMS. So for example, if someone wants to ask a question regarding a document being placed into the DMS, he or she can do that, and somebody wishes to answer that question would simply have to go here and reply to that questions so that the person will get to know the answer. Again, this is the one-to-many communication between the DMS users. Now this is a document bookmark. It is similar to what we see in a web browser, where if I am using a particular document for more than one times and I wanted to access it frequently, so what I can do is that I can bookmark a document, I can select a template from here and I can access the document very easily. Now this is the profile. Again, this profile is for the user profile. So what that means is all the user information. Here is my username Nimesh. Here is you say display name and everything. If I were to give an access to the email function also, I should be able to see it from here. Right. So let me directly go into the DMS part of the solution. So as you can see on the left corner of the screen, so there is this blue column where you can see there are some of the names which are there are not as much highlighted, some of them are highlighted. So this is what we call as a template. Template is a building block in which we store an information. You can also see them as what we see in a physical file cabinet storage, right? So this template is a completely dynamic concept. It can be created by administrator user. And how are they created? So they are created on the basis of the project, maybe on the department, and the subfoldering or sub-templating is also a possibility. So for example, HR document is one template. Within that there is a PF document, another template. So likewise we can create different templates for the different purposes, and we can also do a n number of sub templating into the system. So for example, here there is incoming letters within which there is a template called client and there is a template called contractors, right? There is also one interesting concept here is the metadata or attributes. So for example, here if we see this HR document template, so from here, from file name onwards, there are this default metadata. So this metadata are used or attributes are used to store a document with certain values, and these values can be used to fetch the document back, right? So these are all the basic or default metadata. So whenever you create a template, these metadata will always going to be there, and when I upload a document into this template, system will automatically fetch the values for all this metadata. But for this, additional three metadatas are created by the specific needs of particular templates. So for example, HR document, we are going to store a document with the values for employee name, employee ID, and document type. Now these are dynamically created by the administrator. So value here could be a text value or drop down value list, or it could be an integer value or a floating point value. Now when we create, and this can be created for every template separately. So for example, there are no additional attributes, all the default attributes for this template. Here as you can see, there is no additional for the incoming letters, and for the client template we are seeing these three additional attributes. So let me first upload a document into this folder of HR document. So when I am going to upload this document, I have to provide a value for these two additional attributes. So after that, I can find a document using this attribute values. So let me add a document. I'm going to click on the add document button here. Select file. Here I can add one or many documents simultaneously. If you see, there is two image file, one PDF and one Word file. Open. As I upload this file, so I've taken the file name as a driving license, experience letter, passport and resume, and you can see their extension as well. Now I close this window. So as I close this window, as you can see, so this opens in a separate window in a viewer to see the view of the documents that I have uploaded, right? So this is one document. This is a JPG file. If you see, this is the driving license. Let's say I'm writing the name as a this is the Christopher. Let's say his employee ID is, let's say, 223344. Document type here is driving license. Save. Now next. So if you see, these are the same attributes that we saw on the template earlier, right? Employee name, employee ID and document type, and for that we are providing a value and we are tagging this document with those values. So for example, employee name again is the same. Let's assume this is the same person, Christopher. Employee ID is 223344. Document type, assume this is a passport. Save. Next. So here also one more important thing is that if let's say a document is a multi-page document, so what is going to happen is that it is going to generate the thumbnail of each and every page. Assume there is a 50-page document, so toggle between the pages is going to be easier, as because we have a thumbnail view of every documents here. So let's say again the name is Christopher, employee ID is this, document type, let's say experience letter. Save. As you can see, a document like this. Next and final document. So when we do upload a document, it takes some time because it creates a thumbnail, right? And after second time onwards, it will not take this much time. So employee name Christopher, employee ID this, document type to be a resume, and save. So as you can see, we have uploaded 4 documents, right? And I have provided a metadata values to all the 4 documents. Now if I want to go into the template and see the documents, so I went into the template, and as you can see, there are 4 records available into the template. So these are all the 4 documents. As you can see, this is also the metadata values of every document is there. Employee name to be Christopher, employee ID to be this, and these are all the document types that we have taken. This is the username created by, and this is the timestamp, right? And these are all unpublished status right now. So for example, if I wanted to find a particular document, so I go into the HR template, I know the employee ID to be 2233 and 44. Now if I search the document, it should ideally give me all the document which has employee ID to be 223344. So there are 4 records. Now let's say, assume I wanted to find a particular document. So for example, if I wanted to find, let's say, a resume, select a resume and search. So there's only one document that has given to me, employee ID this, and it is and the resume of that employee. Let's say I don't know this entire value, I wanted to know all the employee document which has an employee ID starting from 22, and I clear this field also and search. It should also ideally give me all the 4 documents. And as you can see, there are few shortcuts given to every document. So there are 4 records available, 4 documents available, and there are some shortcuts to every document. So first shortcut here is that I am going to open this document in a HTML viewer. This is an HTML viewer. I have opened this document, right? This is the resume of an employee. This index is what we call as an attribute or metadata. These are being used to fetch a document. Here, as you can see, you can also see the history of all the metadata. If let's say we have wrongly tagged or given an attribute value, so it can later be changes, and the changes will be kept as an history in this system. Now I'm going to show you another function, is what we call as a version. So as you can see here, there is only one version of the document. The document is created by Nimesh, and there is only one version, 1.0. Now this version is the image file of the same document, which is essentially the same document. But let's say if I wanted to make or suggest some changes, I will check out this document. As I check out this document, there is an additional window is given to me, which is called as annotation. So what I can do is that I can highlight a few things, or I can provide a predefined stamp such as approve over here. As you can see, I can approve it. It gives a timestamp and the name of the user. Or if let's say I wanted to put a text comment, something like this. So as you can see, I can put a text comment as well. So this annotation is possibility. We can suggest some minor changes using this annotation. Now one important thing that has to be remembered here is that when I check out a document, so what it is essentially doing is that is taking out the document for everybody to access it and giving sole access to me, a user Nimesh, because I have checked out this document and I'm making some changes into this document. So as I check out this document, I will check back in. So when I do that, it is going to be asking me how do I want to change this document, how do I want to save this document. So there was one document which was original document. Now this document is a version 1.1. So whether I wanted to check in this document as a normal check-in or a new version or a new revision. Now what is the difference? So I'm making some minor changes like giving a annotation, so I would do a normal check-in. But for example, if I'm adding a new clause or maybe adding a few more pages to this document, so what happens at that time is that I have to upload the file with the additional pages or additional clauses from my local computer using this button, and I have to provide a comment such as why and what has changed. But here I am just doing a normal check-in, so I am doing a check-in document and finish. Now as you can see, there was only one version of the document. Now you can see here there is a version 1.2 of the same document. So if I open this original document, I should be able to see this original document like this. Now this is the one with the annotations. Like this. You can download the document simply from here. Not only it captures every version of the document, but it also says who has created those versions and at what time. Now coming to the next function, which is called, we have seen the checkout. We can here download a document in its original format. Now this is what we call as an expiry date. We can set an expiry date on the document. So idea here is that if I wanted to stop giving an access to the document after a certain time, I will be able to do it. So here I am setting the expiry date to be 25th December. So what it will essentially do is that the document will be set on a hide mode after 25th December 2020. So person wants to access the document post this date, he or she has to come to the author of this document and ask for an extension. Now this is an history or activity log. So all the activity that are performed on this document are being captured. So for example, if a person creates a document, so I've created this document at such and such time, my name, username, date and time, and for how long I have accessed this document. Created, viewed, checked out, deleted, shared, all these features, all this activity will be captured on the system. So the activity logs are thoroughly kept, and if let's say if a person is viewing a document, so how long the person have viewed this document, that also are captured here. Now what is this publish button? So for example, I have created a document where there are certain versions of the same document and then there is a final version. Post that final version, there should not be a changes in the document. So if I publish this document, what it essentially does is that it stops the privilege of checking out this document. So now this is the final version of the same document. There cannot be changes on this document anymore. So I close this window now and I refresh this. So as you can see, there are 4 records, only one is published here. This cannot be changed now. We have the final version of the document. Now let me go through the other shortcuts that we've seen. So this is HTML viewer to view the document. This is simply the history of the attributes that we see in the viewer. This is the security. This is a very important thing. So into document management system, provide an access control on the template as well as on the individual document as well. So for example, we have created a template for HR department, and no other department other than HR should be having an access to this template. So we define an access control where we assign a role of HR, and in that HR role we assign few users. only those users will have the right to access this template, and those who don't have the access can simply see this document like this. I can see the list of the template, but I cannot click on it because I don't have access to that template, so I cannot see it. So again, we can set up an access control on template as well as on individual document. So for example, if I wanted to stop access to a person Y who should not have access, even though the person has access to this template, should not have access to this document, so I can do that also. Here, renaming of the document. If let's say I am scanning the document directly into the DMS, there are chances that the names of the document will be something else, something weird. So at that time I can rename the document. This is the shortcut for expiry date. This is the download of the document. Now this is the sharing of the document. As I click on this document, it creates a shareable link which again can be shared using email or a WhatsApp. So idea here is that if I wanted to give an access to this document to a third party, I should be able to do it. So if a person clicks on this link, it shows something like this. Now the third party can download this document. This link will be live for 24 hours, and if the person has access to the link, does not mean he has access to the DMS solution. Now this is the bookmark. Like I told you at the start of the demonstration, if I click on this bookmark, so it will add this document on the home page of the DMS solution. I have to select the template from there, and I should be able to access this document. If I want to show you, go home, bookmarks, select the template of HR document and search. As you can see, this is the bookmark document. Now send email. Here as you can see, if I wanted to if a person uploads a document and he wants to send a notification to the other person saying that I have uploaded so and so document at certain places, and the person has to look into this document. Here all the configured email list will be shown. If I select this email address, and I can put certain notes like please look into this document. Inside. This will send an email notification to the person saying that the person Nimesh has uploaded a document with this notification with the address of the document. Now I've shown you the retrieval of the document using metadata from here. There is another method to access this document, which is what we call as accessing the document using contents or keywords. So this is what we call as an end to global search functionality. I go into the global search functionality and I don't know anything about the document, but I know something written on this document. So for example, if I write something such as resume, keyword resume, so all the document which has the word resume mentioned in them, I should be able to see it. Not only word written in it, but if a document file name is a resume, document has a attribute as a attribute value as a resume, or anywhere where it is associated with the word resume, it should give me the results. So let me take some specific things here. I'm writing the word Nimesh. So every document which has a word Nimesh written in them or tagged with the word Nimesh should give me the access. So for example, here there are 10 documents has the word Nimesh as an attribute value. I open one of this document. Here, as you can see, there is a document where has a word Nimesh written on this document. So this is what we call as a global search button. So I think this is the wrap for the DMS. Thank you everyone.